Hey everyone, so now we are in the part 4 of tentative PhD interview questions. And in this video, I have around 4 questions for you. But along with those questions, I have some additional PhD interview tips that I have personally observed and could be useful. So I will first discuss these 4 questions and then we move on to those PhD additional tips on PhD interviews. So, one thing that I want to tell you here is that before you continue watching this video, make sure that you have seen part 1, 2, and 3 of this. And if you don't have enough time, then at least spend some time watching part 1 of this because all my videos are interlinked. And if you don't watch, you might lose some information. So, all right, let's continue now. So, question number 1 for today's video is how will you contribute towards this PhD position? That's really important. So, you have to actually know what position you're applying towards, what is the topic of interest, and you need to know how would you be contributing towards it. Question number 2 here is that what are the softwares that you are thorough with, and this is very important because this determines your technical expertise. So this falls into the category of technical expertise. And question number 3 is also that it also falls in the technical category, and it says what are the techniques that you are through with. So with both of these, I want to just tell you that this might happen that you might not be through with all the sort of softwares that are required for your PhD, but you just have to show to them that you're willing to learn and be genuine in this. So be honest with them if you're actually willing to learn and spend time on those softwares. And question number 4, in order to conclude this whole different parts of videos on tentative PhD interview questions. So this is basically the last tentative PhD interview question. It is that whether you have published something already, and they don't expect at that point of time to so that you have published something, but just in case if you have a publication, so like a research article or a review article or something, then make sure that you're thorough with that and have a text summary of that ready with you, and also make sure that you have a print of that ready with you so that you can tell them what is the abstract about and what you have done already in that study. All right, so then we move on to a certain PhD tips already. So tip number 1 is that a lot of interviews, and especially concerning this pandemic right now, a lot of interviews happened over Skype for me. And right now, if you're actually applying for these PhD positions, a lot might happen over the Skype or over Zoom. So make sure that you have good lighting, and also make sure that you have practiced and checked all the technical stuff there. And probably try to make a list of all the tentative PhD interview questions, give it to a friend of yours, and ask them to interview you. So, in that way, you do a demo session and you're sort of ready with at least the technical aspects of it, and you know how to face the camera, and you know how to be confident, because sometimes when you're already prepared but the technical things don't go well, then you might get nervous and then it might bring down your self confidence and that might affect your interview. Also, something that I personally came across was the grading system, because the interviewers, they were thorough with the grading system in Germany, but my transcripts were from the University of Strasbourg, so that's in France, and we followed a grading system that was applicable in France. So I was sure with my grading system and I had my transcripts ready with me, but be sure that this is something that you have ready with you. So have your CV, transcript, and all the documents ready, and be thorough with all the grading systems. So what is the CGPA, what is the GPA, out of what you're scored, and what is like the total out of which you're scored, and also like which semester scores do count, and all these things. All right, so then one thing that I want to add here is that just make sure that you have some questions ready for them, not just for the sake of asking, but there are certain things that show them that you are interested in the position and you genuinely think about it. So think of certain questions that you want to ask your future PI, and just make sure that you're well dressed for the interview, well groomed for the interview. And if you cannot answer a particular question during the interview, so I think this is one of the tip that I would have thought somebody told me. And um, actually this I'm glad that I did take some time to answer certain questions later on. So it might happen that during the interview you might not be able to answer all the questions. In that case, you just have to tell them that you don't know that and admit to that, but then just tell them that you can come back to them later on with that, and make sure that you do the follow up as soon as possible, and send them all the required details, and if possible ask for another interview in which you can just try to explain that particular thing. So that's it with all the PhD tentative interview questions and also some additional PhD interview advice. If you want to know something in specific, let me know. Write them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do so. So I see you in another video soon, and bye for now. Bye.